Today we're going to be starting a new series called Successful Sundays. I was going to call it Skinny Sundays, but in case I have any weeks that go up, I don't want to confuse you. So I wanted to give you an update today on my weight loss and the Trim Healthy Mama program that I started a couple weeks ago. So the first week that I was on the diet, I actually lost 9 pounds. I could not believe it. I have never lost that much weight ever in 1 week. And the second week I thought, I'm probably not going to lose anything. That was this last week. And I weighed in today and I am down 2.6 pounds. So now I think it's probably more in the average 2 to 3 pounds a week when you're dieting. So I am down 11.6 pounds over the last 2 weeks. I'm very encouraged and very motivated. And so I wanted to share with you some of the changes that I've made and some of the things that I'm doing, which I think are helping to contribute to my successful weight loss. So I mentioned this last week, but I did want to bring it up again, and that is that I am continuing to swim every day. I actually have a swimming pool, and so every summer I swim a lot during the summer, but I'm really focusing on trying to swim for at least an hour every day. And I think when the summer's over, I've actually been investigating different swim programs in my city that I can join as a senior, maybe an aquatics club, or who knows. I'm looking into different programs. I found a couple. I've actually contacted the various emails on the website to get a little bit more information. So I have pretty much cut out the white bread, the bagels. I love bagels. All those types of foods for the time being. And I have gone to a sprouted whole grain bread. Now this is Dave's Killer Bread. It's a sprouted thin sliced bread. And I bought it last week. I haven't even had a slice of it. So I think I'm gonna throw it in the freezer and just take it out when I need it. Another good thing that I found was this whole wheat, flax, and oat brand pita. And the reason I bought this was so that I could make some pizza this week. So I'm gonna take either half or one of these whole pitas, and I'm gonna make a pizza with just some pizza sauce, some cheese, and some various veggies, and I'm gonna have that for dinner one night. I also bought these low-carb tortillas. They're kind of a flour tortilla. They only have 60 calories, and they've got 15 grams of carbohydrate, but they've got 11 grams of fiber. So these actually are about 4 net carbs. If you're interested in that, it's the La Banderita brand. And the other thing I bought that I really kind of like the best are these protein tortillas from Aldi. And I just think they're really great. They are 120 calories. There's 17 grams of carbohydrate. They're 10 grams of fiber. So they're actually 7 net carbs. But what I really like about these is that they have 12 grams of protein in each one of these tortillas. So I've been using these when I make my eggs. And I'm not just cooking up eggs in the morning. I'm cooking 1 egg and I'm adding about 1/4 cup of egg whites to it to make kind of a scrambled egg. And then I put it on a tortilla with some salsa. And it is so filling and I feel amazing, like until then my next meal or snack. And if I don't eat the eggs and the tortilla for breakfast, then another thing that I've been having is overnight oats. I don't put any sugar or anything like that in it, but I do add one of the small containers of Oikos yogurt. Again, it's really high protein, low carb, and I put that in with my overnight oats and it makes a great filling breakfast. So those are some of the things that I've been doing as more bread type options. I've always been a bread sugar person, so I had to start finding things that I could do in place of having like the big loaves of white bread and bagels and donuts and all that kind of stuff. I've made several small changes, which I think are adding up to big changes. For example, I went from a 2% cottage cheese to a 1% cottage cheese. Now, I use the cottage cheese actually every night because I make myself creamies every night as a treat for following this diet all day long. And it's like a little bowl of heaven, and I'm not kidding. I have a deluxe Ninja Creamy. It's basically an ice cream. You freeze it for 24 hours, you put it in the creamy machine, and it literally makes ice cream out of whatever it is that you've concocted. So I have made, all kinds of different creamies. I'm gonna link some of them at the end of my video. They're so good. If you like Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, you can make an amazing smoothie out of cocoa and the powdered peanut butter. I use the 1% cottage cheese, the 30-calorie unsweetened almond milk. I put in a little bit, like maybe a teaspoon of the different kinds of sugar-free pudding. That actually helps thicken it up a little bit. And of course, all my fruit trees are ripe. So, well, not all of them, but quite a few are. I've got nectarines and peaches and plums and different things will be ripening over the next month. But I throw some of those into my smoothies, and super healthy, super delicious, super decadent. And I feel like I'm, eating something amazing. And I am eating something amazing. It tastes great. I use monk fruit to sweeten it if I do need a sweetener. But yeah, it's a great option for a nice little treat. For some of my snack options, I've been having some of the unsalted almonds, some of the roasted and unsalted almonds. I've been having some string cheese. I've been having fresh fruit, vegetables. There's a really good recipe in the Trim Healthy Mama recipe book for some sweet potato fries. Those are really easy to make. And instead of the ketchup, I'm using my homemade salsa, which is basically just vegetables, and it is super good. Or you can just eat them plain. They are so delicious. I mean, if you like French fries, you're gonna like sweet potato fries. Instead of having pasta, I've been having spaghetti squash that I basically just cut in half and bake it in the oven. And then I can use that with some, no sugar pasta sauce. I can put some meat in with it, some Parmesan cheese. It's amazing. Or I can make my zoodles out of my zucchini noodles. And those two options have been working really good for me. I've also started eating, I've always eaten a ton of vegetables, but I'm trying to eat more salads and bowls and putting lots of vegetables in along with some protein options, either beans or meat or something. And that has been going really well. Are you enjoying this video today? If so, will you give me a like or a thumbs up or share this video with someone you think might be enjoying it as well? I'm gonna try to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And at the end of the year, if I hit my 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be giving away a brand new Presto canner to one lucky subscriber. So if you're interested in being part of that drawing, please subscribe today. Send me an email to homesteadpatch63@gmail.com. And I will go ahead and put you in the drawing. And if I can hit 10,000 subscribers, we all win. One of my favorite salads that I love to eat is a hamburger salad. I just love a hamburger salad. I basically make the burger. I either cut it up into pieces or just put it on the salad as is. I add cheese, dill pickles. I make my own low-calorie Thousand Island dressing, tomatoes, different kinds of veggies on there, bell peppers out of my garden. I've made a change in that I am trying to weigh daily. When I was thin, I always got up and weighed first thing in the morning and then went on with my day. I stopped that after I gained weight because I just didn't like looking at those numbers on the scale. but I have resigned myself. I am going to look at those numbers. I'm going to think about those numbers, and I am going to think about how to get those down and keep them down, because I just need to have this weight off to get rid of this inflammation, primarily from my arthritis. Another recipe that I made this week that was absolutely delicious, better than the original one, is my loaded cauliflower casserole. Now I'm going to link that above because it was just such an amazing recipe. And it was considered, I think it was an S meal. They kind of divide up the meals on Trim Healthy Mama depending on if you're eating higher carb or higher fat. You don't really eat them in the same meal. But it was delicious. I actually liked it much better than a loaded baked potato. I was able to freeze 2 servings of it. I had 1 serving the first night. I had some yesterday, and I'm going to have some tonight. And yeah, it's really good. I got some side dishes from a restaurant that I went to yesterday with my husband. I had a kale salad with some shrimp. I had I think it was blackened shrimp and kale salad. It was really delicious. And so they had a program there. You could actually buy the sides. So I have a zucchini side and I have a side of coleslaw. So I'm going to have those today with my loaded cauliflower. I almost said baked potato casserole. So that's it for this week. I do want to do some what I ate in a day and what I ate in a week videos for you, but I need to give it a little bit of time so I make sure I'm not throwing somebody else off the program. This is all really new to me, this way of eating fats versus carbs and always having a protein at a meal or a snack. It's going great, and I'm really thankful and happy that I'm on this program and that I found it. I'm going to link the books for the Trim Healthy Mama Starter and the recipe book in my description below if anyone else is interested in trying it, or if you'd like to see my videos for the next few weeks. I'm going to be doing an update every Sunday just to let you know how much I've lost, how I'm doing, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and might inspire somebody else to lose weight as well. So I hope you're having a great week. I hope this is a fun video for you. It was fun for me to make. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring the bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.